On this week's show, we introduce the new members of Lawrenceville's hottest band, the Disciples, check in with the fall crew team, go behind the scenes at the Lawrence, and find out why Hill Day is always a highlight of the year. Lawrenceville's 10-minute newscast begins right now.
From the studios inside the Lawrenceville School's historic Pop Hall, this is L10 with Aidan Duffy.
Hello and welcome to this week's show. Yesterday at school meeting, members of the Lawrenceville community who served in the United States Armed Forces were recognized for their service to the country. Frank Fernandez, registrar, spoke about his service in the Navy. Lawrenceville's celebration of Veterans Day will continue on Sunday, when Student Council will be placing 143 flags around the flagpole in honor of the 143 Laurentians who died in wartime.
Everyone has a reason why they joined, continuing a family tradition, just feeling compelled to serve. For me, I ran out of money for college and felt joining up was a better idea than banging around a college town. As much as that sounds like fun, it's never a productive use of time.
Friday evening, in the Edith Memorial Chapel, students gathered to celebrate Diwali, the Hindu festival of lights. Organized by the Hindu Student Organization, Laurentians from many faiths participated in the festivities. On Saturday at the Hill School in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, Big Red went 6-5-1, beating Hill with wins from the girls varsity soccer team, boys junior varsity soccer, boys freshman soccer, girls varsity tennis, girls thirds tennis, and girls varsity cross country. More on Hill Day later in the show. Since 1881, Lawrenceville's student newspaper, The Lawrence, has served as a platform for community news and community discussion. It is also a place for those interested in journalism to develop their skills. L10 goes behind the scenes at The Lawrence to find out how the team produces the paper each week.
My job is reading and editing all of the articles, and then beyond that, I guess like my official job description will be like doing the long-term vision of the paper.
I'm definitely more of the day-to-day, weekly basis, practical side of things. Like I communicate with all the editors. I'm in charge of the deadlines and like office hours, arranging and organizing when people come together to do different things.
And behind each article on that page, there's so much hard work from the editors and the writers. And then on Thursday nights, we're here until 10:30 every week and designing, make sure the page looks nice, to hold it to our standards.
We've had a lot of issues that aren't necessarily in our official job description, like a lot of controversies, like backlash we've gotten from articles or decisions that the board has made. They go through us, and we do talk to the faculty advisors about that and kind of adjust our vision or our goals in the paper and how we can improve in the future.
We can read stories, give them ideas about how stories may be perceived, maybe understood, misunderstood. I don't think our role is to censor or dictate, but to guide and persuade.
Being in Lawrence has really been close to being a real-life job, like understanding the responsibilities of a press and what journalism entails. You really have to depend on one another to really be a success. You can't do everything on your own.
It's like a family of people working together every week. You struggle a lot, you get through a lot, you have fun, and it's something that you look forward to, and it's something you wish you could spend more time on doing.
Like, there's typically music, there's food, and we have a good time on Thursday nights. It's not just editing articles nonstop.
Why I care about the Lawrence so much, I guess, is I feel like it does have a pretty big impact in the community. People learn a lot through the Lawrence, and also just like voicing student opinion. It really can like affect change.
While most members of Big Red Crew don't hit the water until the spring, a committed few chose to get a head start on the competition by rowing in the fall. Jack Hallinan, coxswain of the team, brings us the story.
A lot of people just see crew as a spring sport, but fall crew is actually just as important and competitive as spring crew.
Fall crew is it's a really interesting sport because it goes from sprinting in the spring to endurance. It requires a lot of mental toughness, and I think it builds team atmosphere a lot. You can tell how the team's going to go this year by the feel of the fall season, and it's really nice to be able to just get a feel for the boats and the people before the season starts.
The Head of the Charles is one of the most competitive and prestigious events in all of rowing. Thousands of competitors, with everyone from high school teams to top collegiate national teams, descend upon the Charles River in Boston for an amazing and intense 2 days of rowing. Alright, so we're with the fall crew team here. Head of the Charles race just ended. I'm with the bowerman, Thomas Schultz. How'd the race go?
I think the race went pretty well. We were up on CRI for a while, but you know, they got to us at some point on the inside turn, but I think in the end, 12th place finish is really good for our crew, the best the Lawrenceville boys crew's ever done. And I think it's really promising for next week as well when we go down to the Schuylkill for another race.
Although we had a good feeling crossing the finish line, our performance didn't get us the results we wanted at the head of the Schuylkill. It was the kind of race day that, even though not everything went our way, we were able to learn from for the future.
You know, I think right now in the fall, the boys are kind of buzzing right now. We got a good group of guys here, and you know, we're all juniors and seniors. And I think right now, I think we all know that we can do big things this spring. It's just a matter of taking it in the winter and doing everything we can to get as fast as we can. And I think, based off of last year, I think we have a lot of potential.
You may have seen them at school meeting last week or just heard the buzz about them around campus. L10 introduces you to the newest members of Lawrenceville's hottest band, the Disciples.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time.
I'm Carrie and I play the alto sax.
I'm Kelsey and I'm on the keyboard.
I'm Gene, I play the drums.
I'm David Hernandez, I play bass. I think my favorite part has been being able to go through the songs together. You know, this year, since it's a new group, I think the most important thing we need is chemistry. So, kind of having regular practice and establishing that chemistry is really important to us.
Don't stop me 'cause I'm having a good time, having a good time.
I've never performed for anybody more than like 4 people outside my garage with a broken like drum set, so performing in school meeting, that was a really cool experience. Last year I had a friend in the band, Luke DeCrease. He graduated, he found out I played the drums, and last year he begged me to join this year. And I said, you know what, I might as well give it a shot.
I've always played piano, but I never did it in like a group context with other team members. So I thought this would be something new. I think for me that's just trying something new, because I've always stuck to classical like grand pianos, and I've never played on a keyboard or like done anything after the 20th century.
But there's going to be a lot of collaborations coming in the future, and hoping to do it bigger each time.
Finally tonight, correspondent Fiona Pando brings us to Hill Day to find out what continues to make this sports rivalry so special.
Why do you think this weekend holds so much weight for teams?
Well, rivalry and tradition is something that's really important here at the Lawrenceville School as well as the Hill School. And so anytime you have an opportunity to play a rival in anything, you want to compete at your best. And hopefully for us, we continue to do well, and we typically do. And so this is an exciting time for all.
So why do you think people get so excited for this weekend?
You know, I think a big part of it is there's such tradition behind this. It goes back decades and decades and decades, so you feel part of something much bigger, so you're keeping up a tradition, you're trying to keep the momentum going forward.
As an alum, what part of this weekend is so special that's made you want to come back?
Well, I've been rooting against Hill for 35 years, so I guess it's in my DNA to come back. I think everybody's felt this for years, which is if we lose to Hill, at least we're not stuck here in Pottstown, but if we win, that's a bonus.
So what makes the Hill rivalry so special?
Since I got here, it was always the weekend, Hill weekend in the fall. We come here, or they come to us every year, and we play them in every sport, and we beat them in every sport every year. This year, like, we got to take it in our senior year, we got to take it on, and so that's something really special because it's our last one. We want to make it the best that we possibly can, and so in supporting all of our teams here, go Big Red.
So guys, what does the Hill rivalry mean to you?
To me, I think it's really important. My dad went here, and the fact that it's the 5th oldest rivalry and like we get to compete in it too is just really special.
As a coach, what do you think this rivalry means for teams?
I mean, this is great. We work all season. We use this as a measuring stick, right? Did you improve? Did you get better? And can you go out and grill the Hill, right? We got the whole school out here today. Everyone, whether you're playing today or not, supporting teammates, supporting colleagues, classmates, housemates, whatever the case may be, that's what it's all about.
Thanks, Fiona. That is our show for this Friday, November 9th, 2018. From all of us here at L10, thank you so much for watching, and good night.